Welcome back to the homestead. I'm going to do a tip video today. This year, for the first time, I don't know what's taken me so long, I decided to go ahead and use my old ball canning lids that I've been saving for years. You know, we're all about reusing, reducing, recycling everything we can. And I've really liked this. So what I'm doing is I'm putting holes in them and using them as markers for garden products. So flowers, veggies, everything in the garden. Really simple to do. You take your awl and a hammer. Now, what's important to remember is you want to support the lid so that it doesn't get squished. If you have something sharper than an awl that you're using to make your hole with, you can probably do it on a surface like wood or something. But since I'm using this awl and the thicker part is at the top, I want to hammer this down pretty far. So I'm just using what is already in place. We have these retaining blocks here to make our grow bed in the greenhouse. And so I gave it a start already because you can't really do it one-handed. So we're going to give this a try. It's going to be loud. Oh, nope. Definitely want to do it two-handed. So anyway, what you do is you hammer it in. You want to support the lid pretty good. And then you give it a few firm hits like that. It doesn't have to go all the way down. But then it makes the hole bigger than it would if you just put one tiny little hole in the top, because what we're going to do is put string on it like this, any kind of string. I just happen to have this stuff I've been using for a few years, and I'm just going to use it till it's done because I paid for it already. Alright, so now once you've got a hole in there, can you see that there's a protrusion of the metal? So I've been making the holes, and then I'll go afterwards and I'll knock it down. You see how I've knocked it down by putting it flat on this surface. This is nice and rough, so it kind of helps. But then you want to hit it a few times, just like that, and it will smooth the back side out, or the front side, or however you want to use it, because I really prefer to use it on the white side. And then you're all done. Now it's not going to scratch you or rip your twine or yarn or whatever it is you're going to use. And that's it. Then you have a nice pile of markers for your garden glory. The only thing I do think you should do is make sure to face them north. Not south, not east, not west. Face them north so that the sun doesn't destroy your writing, because I've already had that happen on a few things. Luckily, I don't have much planted yet, so I know exactly what it is, and I can go rewrite them and change the direction the markers are facing. I mean, they are gonna, in the wind, they're gonna move around, but as much as you can, you want them to face north. So that's it. I mean, you could spray paint them, use the chalk paint or spray paint, whatever. It will help to hold the writing a little bit better, maybe. I'm just going to use them as is. I mean, that's a whole lot of extra work and expense, and I kind of like the way they look like this. Also, the shiny backside kind of helps to deter some pests. So yeah, that's it. I thought I'd share that little tip with you all since I've discovered it and I'm enjoying using it. The nice thing about having them pre-made is that you can mark your planters so that when you go to put everything out in the garden, you already have a marker. And you don't need to do it while you're out there. All right, that's everything I wanted to share with you today. Everything's growing great. Still got to get a lot of stuff in the garden. But I just wanted to show you that fun little thing. You can tie it. You can either tie it to a stick as a marker. These are just old weeds from last year that got really, they get really tall out in the pasture sometimes. So I cut up a bunch of those. Or you could just tie them to whatever your plants are in. When I do the tomatoes, they'll be tied to the cattle panels right where the tomatoes are. I don't have to make a bunch of stakes. But yeah, really simple, kind of pretty, fun to have in the garden. You know where everything is and what it is. I like to put the date that I planted things. Sometimes if I remember, I'll put the date of the thing that germinated. And just for fun, sometimes I'll put the date that I start harvesting things. These won't be until the fall, so. Yeah, I guess that's everything. Happy gardening. Happy spring. End of spring. Happy summer. All right. Thanks for joining us today, everyone. Thank you for being here with us on our homesteading journey. If you like what we're doing, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and click on the bell to be notified of our new movies. From Maine.Homestead.Project, I'm Victoria.
And I'm Gary.
From our homestead to yours, have a productive and beautiful day.